guys.
Hey. Hi.
I want to be more environmentally friendly, so I bought some organic cotton.
Organic cotton uses tons of water. Yeah, and it doesn't produce near as much as industrial GMO cotton.
Oh. Well, I also got some vegan leather.
What's it made of?
I don't know. I mean, not cow.
A lot of leather alternatives actually kill more animals than traditional leather.
What?
It's true. The environmental impact from leather is worse than just killing the cow and using its hide.
Well, the company that I bought this from plants a tree for every purchase. Come on, this costs a lot of money.
And you're no closer to saving the environment. Well, I hope you realize the impact of your choices. Yeah, you should really think more about the products you buy. Right. For the environment. For the environment.
Ugh. Greetings, friends, and welcome to It's Freaking Hot Outside, so I'm hoping my mic doesn't pick up too much of the AC because I'm not turning it off. If you, like me, care about the environment, you may find yourself overwhelmed with advice on what's best for it. You may come across gatekeeping in a certain popular aesthetic community. You may also be bombarded with criticism from internet strangers insulting your decisions. I hear you. We're gonna get through this together. There's a ton of information out there on what harms the environment and what changes we can make. I'm not really gonna cover that here. This is more of a beginner's guide to keeping your sanity as you wade into those turbulent waters. First of all, I want to address a very important point that you may come across in your internet journeys. Even if every individual took steps to help the environment, it wouldn't solve the problem. It's true that the problem is bigger than individuals are able to tackle, even as a whole. It will take government and corporate intervention to clean up the mess that's already present, create environmentally friendly infrastructure, and keep manufacturers and other businesses in check. I personally don't feel that that's reason to abandon the cause altogether. We can make a difference, and through our choices, we can show the government and corporations that that is something we value. And since they care for our votes and our money, mostly our money, they might change their tune once they see what we care about. Okay, side rant. I got a bottle of soda the other day, which I don't really do because plastic and sugar, but I noticed that the label was plastered with demanding text bullying the consumer to recycle the bottle. However, the bottle itself wasn't made of recycled materials. It's becoming more and more common among corporations to slough off the responsibility of taking care of our planet onto the individuals, as though we aren't doing enough, in order to divert our attention away from the fact that they only do their part up to the point which the law requires. If you think in order to be environmentally friendly, you have to go broke, have I got some wonderful news for you. There are a lot of ways to help the environment that are actually cheaper than their more harmful alternatives. For example, my albatross razor uses a recyclable blade, is more sturdy and easier to clean than its Gillette counterpart, so it will last longer, and quite frankly, it works better and stays sharp longer. The initial cost was cheaper than grocery store razors, and it came with 10 replacement blades. I was so impressed with this razor that I wanted to do a whole video on it. I refrained, but the world needs to know. Save the world and money. And there are other products out there that are cheaper and better for the environment. Bamboo toothbrushes, bar soap, anything reusable such as straws or resealable bags, and my personal favorite, secondhand items, particularly clothing. The amount of clothing I've purchased new in my adult life could probably fit in a suitcase, and it would mostly be underwear and socks. I didn't have enough money for clothes for a long time, and thrift stores came through for me. These are clothes that would otherwise end up in a dumpster, and instead they are given new life in my closet. Donating your used clothes to thrift stores also helps the environment, so keep the cycle going and consider some secondhand duds. Does that just refer to boots? I don't know. This is why you shouldn't learn slang from My Little Pony.
Shoot, I was just gonna wear my old work duds.
I bet you're all set to go out and buy a whole new clean green lifestyle off Amazon right now, aren't you? I love your enthusiasm. But I need you to scale back that energy just a touch. Environmentalism is just that. It's a lifestyle change. Before you jump in feet first, you should probably test the waters. Some of these changes require sacrifice, along with trial, error, and adjustment periods. Be honest with yourself on what you are willing to give up or change. Any changes can produce positive results. There's no need to go full force, especially if you aren't going to stick with it. At the time of writing this script, I was trying to find environmentally friendly toothpaste. The products I've seen are hella expensive, so I tried making my own from a recipe I found. It was not good.
Yikes!
I did settle on this tablet toothpaste from a brand called Huppy, but it is a little on the pricey side, so I alternate between that and store-bought toothpaste. I'm still not quite happy with the cost and can't really go for it full time. In all reality, a tube of toothpaste lasts me a long time. My boyfriend hasn't even noticed that I've been secretly using his for 2 months instead of that god-awful concoction I created. I have time to consider options and find something that fits in my budget and satisfies my needs. It's a lot of research, and different sources will contradict each other. It isn't that one is right or wrong, it's that protecting the environment isn't as cut and dry as you might think. There's a lot of factors to consider, and it can get frustrating at times. To make matters worse, there are companies who greenwash their products or make it sound like they are more environmentally friendly than they are. Do you remember a campaign a few years ago trying to convince people that high fructose corn syrup wasn't really bad for you?
That it's made from corn, it's natural, and like sugar, it's fine in moderation?
Same idea. Companies will convince you that their products aren't bad for the environment by comparing themselves to worse options, creating narratives that sound convincing in order to sell minor improvements, make vague or unsubstantiated claims about their production process, or just straight up lie. Another popular trend is to boost sales with a promise to donate to a charity or plant a tree with every purchase. Now, this in itself isn't a bad thing, but if that same company demolished a forest in the making of your designer shoes, planting a tree really seems pretentious. Speaking of pretentious, let's talk a little bit about cottagecore and why I have a hard time reading comments. If you haven't noticed by now, I really love cottagecore fashion and some of the aspects of that lifestyle. However, if being part of the cottagecore community means I have to blast every person wearing a dress they bought from Shein to pose in a flower field that is slowly dying due to the great Instagram influencer migration that occurs every spring, I'm out. Yes, Shein is the worst. Their clothes are shoddy and they are the epitome of everything that represents fast fashion. And yes, influencers are causing a great deal of damage to the environment in an attempt to get a good picture for their feed. But do you really think that you are going to make a difference by lumping everyone who remotely fits that stereotype into a basket and burning it in the comments section for the amusement of other enlightened purists such as yourself? Aren't we trying to make allies, not enemies? Pushing someone away who makes an environmentally unsound decision is a great way to convince them to make more. Why would they want to listen to you? You were rude to them and don't seem to have any reasonable solutions. I see this all the time. And if you have been at the butt end of this, please know that I empathize with you. You probably didn't do anything wrong. You could have gone without saying that thing about their mother, though. If you like cottagecore fashion, right on. It's gorgeous. It doesn't mean you have to move to the country and start a homestead. If you are interested in cottagecore lifestyle and you haven't yet begun making your own bread, you're fine. Baby steps. You don't need to make dramatic changes to appease some aesthetic overlord. And if you are reacting negatively and unconstructively to people who are just trying their best out there, stop. Who hurt you? Do you need to talk about it? Quit being an internet bully and work toward creating a better community for everyone. On that note, I would like to say that since you watched this video, I assume you are interested in making some changes to help the environment, or you're my friends and family. I want to tell you that I'm proud of you. I see you buying the soda in a can instead of a plastic bottle. You go. It tastes better anyway. Maybe Coke will someday respond to my letters and sell it in the glass bottles in the US like they do everywhere else in the world. You can do this. And every little bit truly does help. I mostly post aesthetic sewing videos, but I will also be showing some ways I have cottagecored my life. So if you're interested in any of that, please do subscribe. Give this video a like or drop a comment if you so choose. It does make me happy to know that you have all enjoyed my videos, and since I'm giving out orders, take care of yourselves. Until next time. This is the sound test for my new video. And I hope I am on key, don't want to turn off the AC. Hopefully I don't have to, and it just blocks out most of it. Can you hear me? Does it sound okay? Can you see me? Do I look okay? Do I need to clean my glasses? Yes to the last one. As though we aren't. Oh, what am I doing? I have to shut off the camera.
My butters. Go lay down, honey. Yeah, and it doesn't produce near as much as